We're going to have a look at the clip properties. If I insert this clip here, right click and go to clip properties. So let's have a look at all of these. So the instanced action, what are these? As the timeline goes across here, we can see that the weight slider, its contribution, is reflected here. This is like a proxy parameter. And underneath we have, so we can activate this, and this is on a per clip basis, and what muting on the track does is do it for all clips on that track. If I were to insert another source, say this sitting down at the computer, so I've now got these two effects here, a very sterling walk, and I can set it as a fill action. And a fill action is just in between two clips, it's going to look at that particular action, but when we come to the normal clip it has no effect at all. If I add another track and add another clip on side here, I now have two actions which are fill. I can change their priority, so if these are slightly different, when we come to a gap it's going to look at the fill actions and take the one with the highest priority. There we go. Get rid of those. So in the time control, this is for judging things like the source clipping, the in and out point, and these are reflected inside the little numbers in the top left hand corner and the top right hand corner, and these numbers here. You notice that right at the beginning he pops away and jumps back, so if you notice I can take this and either type it in manually, so if I were to say the in is say 1 frame later, maybe 2 frames later, you can now see that when we enter into the animation there is no popping, like so. I can visually do this and then clip, like trim before, and now that's going to update here, so that's another way of doing it. If I want to scale, if I put in 2, it's going to be twice as fast, so it's the speed of the clip. If I put in 4, there we go, it's going to be 4 times as fast. If you look at the time control, there's another video covering this. We also have the preset, or what the name of the clip is, and whether or not it's loaded, whether or not it's an internal to the scene, and if it's offloaded, what its name is. We can also have there's another video covering this as well, but this also shows the original source data here. The static kinestate, this is for when we have like a pose offset on here, and what that allows us to do is add, here we go, parameters onto the clip just simply by putting it and offsetting it based on the hierarchies which are defined inside the clip item information, or the exfo. So this is what it's looking at, and it looks at the top hierarchy and then uses that to offset it. If we then go to the clip item information, all of the properties inside the clip are listed here. This is the same as if I were to right click and go to the animation editor. Here are all of the properties defined in a flat list. What the clip item information allows me to do is access the current status or the activeness of individual parameters. So if I wanted to remove the upper body movement and just toggle it's active, just missed that one there. Now when we do it, you notice he's walking on the spot. A very convenient way of reusing the same animation clip but deactivating certain parameters, or reusing the ones that you like. We also have clip effects as well, so if I here just go and toggle that. If I wanted to offset his position, say in Y here, I can type in any expression, so this plus 2. So now he's going to move him up, and that goes in at the beginning of the clip, and it's added throughout the whole thing. And what we now see, it turns green to show that we have a pose offset effect as well as a clip effect inside here. In addition, when we activate and deactivate, there's actually an easy way to do this. So if I were to go here and say, well, you know what, I really love some of it, but I want to just work on, say, the upper part of the body, I can right click and go I'm going to pin that open, that's it. Select driven objects. I can see what is driving the action, and I can deactivate certain things. So if I just want the upper body movement, I can go in here and say, okay, that's great, let's just get rid of these, don't need these anymore, like so. And with the clip selected, I can go clip split in space. What that does, it creates a new clip and deactivates that which I didn't want to use. So inside here, if I were to select this, here are all the items active. If I select this one, and I should just refresh it, there we go, all of those have been deactivated. If I mute this now, you can see that I've just got the upper body movement and the legs have stayed exactly where they are. So sometimes it's useful for things like repeating parts of the animation. So now I've got leg animation there and then upper body animation here. I can either put these together or change the timing slightly. So if we wanted to repeat at the end, say you have an arm wave, you can split out the arm wave and then just repeat it and cycle it off and scale it down, that sort of thing. So it's taking one clip, deactivating certain portions and then reusing it again and again and again.